Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Today we're going to show you a solution that's being described as the holy grail for the promotional products industry. Essent technologies enable automated order processing that can save millions of dollars for trading partners and billions of dollars for the industry. My name is Doug Brill. I'm the Essent marketing coordinator and I specialize in the promotional products industry. I'm also your moderator today. And before we begin, a very brief overview of Essent. Essent is the leader in providing comprehensive business management solutions since 1981. Essent has been serving distributors, decorators, and suppliers in the promotional products industry since the year 2000, and more than $3 billion in commerce flows through Essent solutions each year. Every year, poorly formed purchase orders are costing the industry time, money, and customer dissatisfaction. That's because it's time-consuming and costly to fix and process flawed orders. And it turns out, as we will see, that the entire industry is paying the cost of poorly formed orders. The industry needs purchase orders that can be processed simply, without a person having to intervene, without the supplier needing to talk to the distributor, and without undue delay. In short, the industry needs well-formed orders. Well-formed orders are right the first time and stay right through the entire order pipeline. They include all the required information. You don't have to revisit or change them. And more often than not, a well-formed order is automated. The industry needs orders so accurate that they can be processed by computers. So why are people calling automated order processing the Holy Grail? It was described this way at the PPAI Technology Summit, and the name stuck because it fits. Automated order processing is widely sought. Until recently, it had proven elusive, and automated order processing is highly valuable. One Tech Summit speaker described automated order processing as the Holy Grail, and the next speaker was Ken Few from HubPen Company. HubPen uses Essent technology for automated order processing with its trading partner, Marco Promotional Products. I guess we found the Holy Grail, Ken told the crowd. Ken said automated order processing was described as the Holy Grail because it achieves the efficiency that many in the promotional products industry have sought, but few have found. We've already found it in Essent technology, Ken said. And here to bring you a closer look is your presenter, Will Austin. Will is a business analyst for Essent, and he's also a specialist in the promotional products industry. He'll tell you more about technology that creates well-formed orders to potentially save companies millions and the industry billions.
All right, thank you, Doug. So in today's webinar, we're going to be discussing automated order processing and how to end your search for the Holy Grail. As we mentioned a little bit earlier in the webinar, poorly formed purchase orders cost time and money. They sap millions of dollars from the promotional products industry every year. So now we're going to take a look at the ways that those orders go wrong, and hopefully these aren't too familiar for you. Because sometimes poorly formed orders are just incomplete. It could be something like the in-hands date's missing, or the imprint location or imprint method is missing. Could even be shipping or billing address. It could be any piece of information. But the fact is, something is missing, and now someone needs to fill in the blanks. It may also be that the information is just vague. It could be a typo, like here where the distributor probably wants 275 units. It could be a lack of specifics. Maybe the distributor wants yellow items, for example, but is it dusty yellow, canary yellow, blazing yellow? Maybe it's that new minion yellow. Or maybe the order has almost all the right information, but not quite. Like maybe it's missing one of the digits in the SKU, for example. Again, someone is going to need to spend man hours to sort this out. Now here's an example of a purchase order that we read about in PPB magazine. It was in the body of an email, and all it said was, send me 36 towels. That's it. No enhanced date, no imprint details, no address, no color, no SKU. The artwork was missing. Just send me 36 towels. Now, how is that order supposed to get processed with any efficiency? And how is it going to be processed cost effectively? Somebody's going to need to spend man hours filling in the gaps, the information gaps. Unfortunately, these types of poorly formed orders aren't uncommon. In fact, one promotional products company told PPB magazine that 2/3 of its orders are poorly formed, which costs everyone time and money. And the poorly formed orders aren't cheap either. One vice president told the magazine that it costs $13,000 per day for staff to process flawed orders. Now, if we take that $13,000 per day spent on flawed orders, and with a typical 5-day work week, there are 261 business days in a year. So if we do the math, it costs $3.4 million per year to process poorly formed orders. And that's just one supplier that's dealing with the poorly formed orders. So what if 100 suppliers have this cost? That's $3.4 million. What if 1,000 suppliers have this cost? PPAI has roughly 1,600 supplier members. So if they each spend $3.4 million per year processing flawed orders, that's about $5.4 billion. And that's quite a shock to the supply chain. And all this can be described as supply chain friction. And the supply chain friction means errors. And errors result in lost money and lost time. Now, some people might be quick to say that it's the supplier's problem to cover the processing costs, but the problem extends much further than that. The supply chain friction that we're talking about hurts the entire industry, including decorators, buyers, end users, and distributors. Now, when we're talking about supply chain friction, it's generally part of the supplier's overhead, and it doesn't just go away. It's naturally baked into unit costs, so your hat or pen or t-shirt is more expensive now. Now, your products then will carry the cost of flawed order processing, and it's passed on to the distributor. So the distributor not only buys the product, but it also buys the overhead. And as the product moves through the supply chain, the cost of order processing sticks with it. Now the distributor is going to the end buyer with these extra costs built in. And at this point, the distributor has two options, and neither is great. So the first option, the distributor can simply pass along the cost to the end buyer. But the end buyer is not going to be happy about throwing money away, especially if your competitor has similar products at a better price, which will lead to customer dissatisfaction and possibly lost business. And then we have the other choice, which isn't too appealing either. The distributor can simply absorb the supply chain friction. So in other words, the cost of poorly formed orders was passed along to the distributor in the unit price. Now the distributor can take a lesser margin to keep the end buyer happy. So what are we left with? We're left with either an end buyer that's unhappily throwing away money or a distributor with diminished margins. There's no good outcome. And let's remember that's not happening because the supplier manufactured a poor product. It's not happening because the distributor organized a poor campaign. Not happening because any party failed to fulfill its core competencies. It's just orders, flawed orders. And all of these extra costs in the supply chain started with flawed orders, as I mentioned. So you have a purchase order from the distributor to the supplier that's incomplete, vague, free form, otherwise poorly formed. The supplier's spending man hours to process the flawed orders at a significant cost. Then it's baked into unit prices. And then it's passed along to the distributors. And then the distributors have to deal with either customer dissatisfaction or diminishing margins. So what do? Automated order entry. So what is automated order processing? Well, it takes your standardized processes and business rules to the next level. So imagine taking all that order detail, such as product information, artwork, shipping information, and any additional charges, and then automatically processing a well-formed order that includes all your standard processes and business rules. So all those things are being applied. And orders that are, and actually it's processing orders that are so well formed that they're processed by computers. So no man hours are being spent identifying errors, revisiting orders, or even correcting orders. So Essent has developed a way to create, deliver, and process well-formed orders, and trading partners right now are seeing real results every day. The solution uses the OrderTrax network, the OrderTrax connector, and the Essent product configuration engine to enable trading partners, namely suppliers and distributors, to automatically process purchase orders. So what is OrderTrax? OrderTrax is a network that uses, well, industry standards. It uses EDI standards, electronic data interchange standards, allowing trading partners to exchange electronic business documents. And it uses trading partners' native business management system and preferred document format, as well as enforcing business rules and processes. And both sides get time and money savings by automatically processing well-formed orders. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how OrderTrax and automatic order processing work. So first, the supplier is going to define products and their allowable configurations. Then either trading partners are going to create product definitions with simple to understand product configuration surveys that anyone, including end users, can answer to define custom product specifications. And only the correct options may be selected, assuring well-formed orders. The Essent product configurator creates the well-formed orders then based on the product configuration and the answers provided by the buyer. The OrderTrax connector connects the supplier and distributors' ERP business management systems to the OrderTrax network, filling in the missing pieces of documents. So one additional note, if we take that same supplier and distributor connection from the previous slide and we take it to the next level, imagine a solution where customers can place orders with an integrated e-commerce solution that allows them to submit orders directly to distributors. That's an end-to-end solution. And the end user hits the website, enters the order, and then that gets passed through the distributor to the supplier in a matter of seconds, and then it's ready for the production floor. And once we do that, the OrderTrax network securely routes the electronic PO from the distributor to the supplier. And during that process, OrderTrax automatically converts electronic documents to a format that's compatible with the trading partner's business management system. And in the case of a purchase order, the supplier's ERP system then receives the document in the proper format with all the product configuration information necessary to automatically and seamlessly process the order. So what does it all mean from the supplier perspective? HubPen President Joseph Fleming, who uses automated order processing for Marco, cited these benefits. Orders reach the production floor in about half the time. Orders bypass the order entry department and most of the proofing department. Orders are more accurate because there's no opportunity to introduce errors with data reentry or rekeying. More than 99% of orders from Marco to HubPen are seamless, meaning very little manual processing. And now HubPen can reduce prices to get more business. Automated order processing is a pretty easy sell. Faster, it's more accurate, it's cheaper, Mr. Fleming said. And if the supplier can make the relationship more profitable for the distributor, he said that the supplier is much more likely to get more business in the future. Distributors also enjoy many benefits from automated order entry or automated order processing. Since suppliers have reduced overhead, products are immediately more cost-effective. Distributors may receive reduced pricing from suppliers, which then can be used for better margins, or the savings can be passed along to the end buyers for increased customer satisfaction. Orders are more efficient, they're fulfilled faster for quicker turnarounds, and more rush orders are possible. And distributors don't need to revisit orders, so time and resources can be spent on more productive activities like sales. Automated order processing makes supply chain friction between HubPen and Marco virtually non-existent. That decreases expenses, saves time, and improves communications and efficiency. Marco Chief Financial Officer Kimberly Scoville said that Marco's relationship with HubPen is surely one of the most seamless in the entire industry. So we just talked about the solution. The good news is the solution is available to everyone. Automated order processing holds potential for trading partners throughout the industry. Future phases of automated order processing are to pair together more promotional products, trading partners. Essent has designed the solution to be easily adaptable to fit the size and needs of most companies. And automated order processing from Essent is ready to eliminate supply chain friction throughout the industry. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Doug, and he's going to tell you how you can learn more.
Thank you very much, Will. Essent is dedicated to helping the promotional products industry create well-formed orders that can be processed by computers, saving time and money for everyone. Essent provides the holy grail of automated order processing. We'll be happy to answer questions specific to your company. All you need to do is schedule a free consultation at essent.com/holygrail. While you're there, you can also read a case study that shows how automated order processing is working for real companies right now. Again, visit essent.com/holygrail to schedule a free session or to check out the case study. Thanks again to everyone for attending today's webinar. Find your Holy Grail.